ina nam Ghana from checha mu ina enche bia na movement for change e democrat akese no ebetu dua some form a big alliance with the national interest movement Dr. Ibu Sakara Nedano. Now Dr. Ibu Sakara na sounds the former flag bearer for Conventions People's Party. Now Allah could you chema 10% asantema hono oje massive votes e wo honom se na be sabotage MPP amanu kono. Na onyonyam for a friend Ben Efson or the managing editor for Daily Dispatch. Who said na man no so sa de nsem atudwa e fa ho. Ito na no yasem no yakona kuti nsem no mu twem mbra medamase.
Party starts his own movement for change and then speaks to the national interest movement led by the former CPP flag bearer Dr. Abu Sakara Foster to form an alliance ahead of the 2024 elections. How did you see this anywhere in your crystal ball?
No, this morning my phone page said Alan Chamaken is likely to be the running mate to either Abu Sakara or Traboson. Now, yesterday evening, when that statement came out, Abu Sakara is head of National Interest Movement. He issued a statement last night that the alliance group, the alliance is yet to select the leader. This morning, when my paper came out, Ohinjo reaches out to me that the alliance has already decided that Alan should be the flag bearer. As somebody said, when it is coming, it is doing a banner. You see the confusion there already. I had the basis. I said he's likely to be the running mate is that Abu Sakara and Chalabosom Andrews had contested national presidential elections before. You are like you are a novice in terms of national elections. But Abu Sakara last night, the statement he put on the various main platforms of which I'm a member, he said the alliance has not decided who should be the flag bearer and running mate. Fast forward this morning, the paper comes out, I'm on WhatsApp with him, so he said the alliance has already decided that Alan should be the flag bearer. So, early days yet, but it tells you what is likely to happen.
I mean, if an alliance is being formed, and I mean, you've watched our elections all the way. You've been practicing for more than 4 decades, so you've seen the various evolution or iterations of our democracy. I can speak.
When you say, okay, please go ahead.
I was just saying that I can only point to what I've observed since 1992. Where the whole idea of alliances started. I'm sure it predates that time. But have they been successful, and have they been a way by which a true force in the politics is created in Ghana?
I think that it is going to be kind of difficult. If my memory serves me right, apart from NDC, MPP, only one other candidate, independent or for a smaller party, had gotten beyond 1%. That was Bediako National Reform Party. He got 1.1%. The nearest person to get to 1% was Indu, who got 0.99%. So it tells you that yes, maybe somebody will attend a smaller party's rally, but on this day he says, "Oh, let's send me vote. I will spoil my vote," and he votes for either NDC or MPP. So it's going to be. I know that there are a few. somebody have interviewed one of the candidates who wants to be independent, and his tagline is that Ghanaians should vote for him to push it to a runoff, and he will support the candidate who hasn't got enough seats in parliament. If you look this year, the executive and the legislature, it has not been as so. The executive has taken cognizance of the fact that they have only one vote margin. So there'll be a bit more cooperation between them and the opposition, So it's kind of going to be difficult for a third force. Maybe if you get 2 or 3 independent candidates who are strong enough, because if I'm advise anybody, I think they're sort of forming a party, paying rent for offices, hiring people, channel the money, go independent. If you get 2 or 3 strong independent candidates, and cumulatively they get 3-4%, we head for a runoff. That could be the only way. But in terms of parties and so on, I don't think that there can be any strong third party on the line for the next few years.
And when you say next few years, I was just about to ask you, looking beyond the impending elections this year, could an alliance such as this be able to grow in strength over time and challenge the 2 dominant parties?
Oh, I think that, for example, there are quite a number of scenarios. For example, if, John Mahama loses and he intends to go again, for example, that could rock the foundations of the NDC, because those for 2028, there are quite a number of formidable people who are interested. And I understand that is one of the reasons why they didn't pick any of them and settled for Prof. Nana. Because if he had picked one of those who are targeted 2028, perhaps the others will work against his ticket. But if he don't win, the younger person he has picked as running mate will get an advantage or something. Because, for example, if John loses and he decides that he will contest again, he's still relatively young, he will be 70 then. That could shake the foundations of the party. But the 2 parties are kind of quite strong. That's the only thing I see. Or if 2 or 3 people decide, but you see the way the smaller parties are getting 300,000 votes nationally, 200,000 or 38,000. These are small numbers. So these are, let's see the outcome of the elections. Let's see what unfolds. And then perhaps 2 or 3 independent candidates, if they get average of 2.5, 7%, apart from these 2 parties, will always head it for a runoff. I think that's the next 2-3 elections, what I foresee.
In terms of developments in that space, and for the lack of a better expression, the search of a third force, what do you make of the new force and the waves that the leader is making?
I'll be surprised if he gets 1%.
Really? You don't think his campaign is resonating?
What is he appealing to? The